Now, as I am wont to do, I often take things out of order from how they are in the book. And so we've been talking a little bit about waves, and I want to take a little bit out of order and talk about adding waves together. And so let me explain how this works. Waves can actually pass through each other. So if you are sending a wave down here, you have another wave going this way, and the waves will pass through each other. They don't bounce off of each other. Imagine that you're in a restaurant, some here, and you got tables here, and here you are trying to sit and eat a nice, pleasant meal, in quiet, and there's a screaming kid over here. Okay, if you put a second screaming kid between you and the first screaming kid and they start screaming, then that sound doesn't hit the other sound and block it. It just makes it even more miserable for you because it adds together. Okay, and likewise, you can have another screaming kid over here, and their screaming again doesn't block this other sound, and so in fact, this sound goes past you, that sound, so the sound actually goes through each other, and it just becomes like very unpleasant. Okay, so waves can go through each other. Light waves. Light is a wave. And so you've got a bright light here. You can't take a flashlight, shine it, and make it dark because it blocks it. Again, it doesn't work that way. So waves will add together. And so imagine we've got a wave here, okay, and we got another wave, and we want to add them together. Now, if the two waves are in sync like that, and they add together, this up meets that up, this down meets that down, that up, that down, and you end up with a much bigger wave. Okay, we call that constructive interference. On the other hand, if you got a wave like this and you add it to a wave like that, then the up matches the down matches the up, and so you end up with what we call destructive interference. Okay, and so these two types of interference patterns, constructive and destructive interference, are basically very fundamental to understanding how to do things with waves. And so our next example here will use this idea of constructive and destructive interference.